She uploaded on Instagram. Stuck with mediocre because I'm exhausted from loneliness, along with a picture of the two of us. I sent no message, made no call, simply gathered my belongings and walked away. When she returned, the flat was vacant except for a short note on the counter. Wishing you better luck. Now you can chase greatness by yourself. Hey everyone, before we continue with today's story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button if you enjoy these kinds of real-life tales. Appreciate it. Right from day one, I gave everything. Emma had hit a really tough period. She lost her job in the middle of the pandemic. On top of that, her family was going through serious issues with her mother's illness. I stepped in fully. When she struggled to pay rent for her small one-room place, I proposed combining our lives after roughly 12 months together. The logic was solid. My apartment offered more space and a shorter commute to her fresh workplace. I managed nearly all the moving details, boxing up her belongings, transferring bills into joint names. I even created a cozy workspace corner for her as a surprise, knowing she wanted to launch her influencer side project. "You're my foundation," she'd whisper, snuggling close on the sofa after exhausting days. I gave up things for our future without hesitation. Remember last summer? A major career step came up, better salary, but it meant moving cities. Emma had finally started gaining momentum professionally and pleaded with me not to disrupt our new rhythm. "We've only just gotten comfortable here," she said, eyes watery. "I really need things steady right now." So I declined, happy to remain where I was. I believed we'd grow into larger dreams together, perhaps our own home, vacation adventures. I secretly began putting money aside for a dream European journey she always talked about. I pictured her joy when I'd reveal the tickets one day. Looking backward, warning signs existed. Emma became glued to her phone, endlessly browsing Instagram. She shared perfectly styled photos, daily outfits, latte art, workout mirror pics. I supported it. That was her interest. Still, her casual remarks sometimes hurt. "Seriously, another weekend at home? Everyone else is out at fancy rooftops." Or, "How come we never do random, exciting things like my friends do?" I'd ignore the sting, organize nice evenings, Italian restaurants, live music shows. She appeared content then, but soon returned to staring at her screen. Over recent months, the distance grew quietly. Late returns from networking or ladies' evenings, arriving tipsy and emotionally far away. When I inquired, she'd dismiss it. Nothing special, just dull office chatter. I gave her trust, never pushed. Yet I saw her repeatedly liking content from Jake, that coworker she occasionally named, a smooth-talking sales guy whose profile overflowed with thrilling exploits, parachuting, tropical getaways, the whole package. At first I let it slide. Possessiveness isn't me. Then, roughly half a year back, after a draining workday, I relaxed at home. Emma was out again, another girl's outing. While deciding on food delivery, I casually checked Instagram. Her latest story loaded instantly. Our recent cafe date photo, my arm comfortably around her shoulders, both smiling. The text underneath struck hard. "Stuck with mediocre because I'm exhausted from loneliness," followed by a sweet little heart, presented like harmless, relatable content. I froze, staring, rereading it repeatedly. Mediocre? Me. The one who'd caught her when she fell, who rooted for her constantly. I refreshed, hoping it vanished. No. Public. Visible to her couple thousand followers. Likes poured in quickly, giggling emojis from random people, a friend commenting, "Queen, you deserve the absolute best." My stomach nodded. This went beyond frustration. It openly branded me her backup option. The shame burned deeply. Everyone we knew would see it. Friends, relatives, perhaps colleagues too. Why broadcast that? If true, why not discuss it privately first? Alone in the home we'd carefully built, I replayed every moment of our relationship. My compromises, countless evenings hearing her frustrations, always prioritizing her. Doubt flooded in. Had I truly been mediocre? Did I overlook obvious signals? A deep sense of injustice settled, cold and weighty. Rage? Surprisingly little. Instead, sharp understanding arrived. No discussion could repair this. She'd deliberately made our intimate life cheap entertainment for attention. No shouting. No desperate messages. I rose, grabbed my travel bag, and began collecting my possessions. While she partied elsewhere, I carefully moved through our shared space. Only my personal items went in: wardrobe, computer, some novels. Everything joint stayed behind. That espresso machine I purchased when we first moved in together? Now hers. I deliberately left our framed beach vacation picture on the shelf. Let it stare back at her. As I closed the zipper, Instagram pinged again. More hearts on her story. I ignored it. Instead, I sat at our familiar dining table and took a piece of paper. My writing remained calm. Wishing you better luck. Now you can chase greatness by yourself. Short. Final. I set it beside my spare key, glanced around one final time. The greenery I'd nurtured, the sofa of countless movie nights, then stepped outside. I locked up forever. Straight to my college friend Mark's house I drove. He always kept an extra bedroom ready. "Bro, what's going on?" he asked as I arrived with luggage. I showed the screenshot. His face changed. "That's savage. Planning to confront her publicly?" "Nope," I answered, sinking into his couch. "I'm finished. Let her discover the emptiness." We opened cold drinks, talked quietly. Not furious, just reflecting. I passed on that career jump for her sake. "Yeah," Mark agreed. "She threw it back like this? Brutal." He respected the clean exit. No theatrics, just gone. That initial night hurt deeply. I lay staring at the ceiling, her words looping endlessly. The quiet after departure felt crushing. No urge to plead or demand answers. Only an empty feeling, wondering how long the dissatisfaction had brewed. Unjust barely described it. Publicly shamed me after years of support. No warning. Still, I refused to fall apart. Morning came. I blocked her across platforms. Phone number stayed open, partly curious. First priority, practical steps. Staying at Mark's, quietly changing my work address. No dramatic statements. Simple detachment. The following weeks passed in silent reconstruction. I requested a short leave, calling it a personal crisis, not completely false. Mark offered unlimited couch space. I built new habits to silence the mental noise. Early workouts, focused office hours, quiet nights with books or nature walks. The planner in me finally served only myself. No longer sacrificing for someone else's vision. Emma's absence screamed at first. I anticipated instant explosions, but she needed nearly 12 hours to notice. Around midnight the phone exploded. Missed calls, frantic messages. "What is this? Where did you disappear? Stop playing. Come back now." Silence from me. Morning brought more. Saw the note. "Super childish. We're adults. Talk to me." Still no reply. I temporarily blocked her number for peace, monitoring mutual friends for any escalation. Early confusion cut deepest. I'd wait questioning my worth. Was I genuinely mediocre? Had I ignored her growing detachment? Memories resurfaced. That spontaneous cabin weekend I funded with extra shifts. She'd once praised it online as perfect getaway with my person. Now poisoned. Or covering rent entirely during her unemployment, preparing meals, comforting her through anxiety. All to become disposable once opportunity knocked? I allowed the injustice to exist inside without erupting. No intoxicated friend rants. No petty online hints. Pure internal processing. Mark checked frequently. "You alright, man? This is painful." I'd answer honestly. "Yeah, it hurts." But returning isn't happening. Gradually the pain dulled. I began virtual therapy. Straightforward sessions. My counselor guided me to recognize overlooked patterns, her endless measuring against perfect influencer lifestyles. "You deserve a partner who celebrates you fully," she emphasized. That sentence stayed with me. Roughly 30 days later, consequences began visiting her. I caught fragments through indirect channels. Never hunted for gossip, but our social group was tight. That single post detonated backward. Several friends privately reached out. "Man, that Instagram thing was awful. You holding up?" Someone forwarded critical comments. "If he's mediocre, then why share his picture?" Shady behavior. Her engagement numbers fell noticeably. Several people unfollowed. Apparently, she'd complained privately about feeling trapped. The public version turned weapon against her. Then the collapse accelerated. Jake, the thrill-seeking coworker. From reliable, neutral sources, the flirting began weeks earlier, emotional intimacy disguised as professional banter. The post perhaps tested reactions, prepared an exit. Once I vanished, she jumped fully in. Abruptly resigned her position, chasing renewal. Temporarily shared his place. Reality hit fast. Jake's exciting lifestyle? Mostly credit card financed. Unreliable. Job hopping constantly. He enjoyed the attention, displayed her as arm candy. When she wanted commitment, he vanished. Ghosted after a huge argument. Stuck her with part of his overdue rent. Emma unraveled quickly. Apartment lease ended. Without my contribution, renewal impossible. Returned to her dysfunctional household. Enabling mother plus envious sister who resented our previous stability. Employment search failed repeatedly. Fashion industry circles remembered the post, labeled unprofessional. Attempted full-time content creation. Audience rejected the forced energy. Friends pulled away. Early supporters disappeared once facts circulated. Meanwhile, my path climbed. Secured the promotion I once refused. Funny timing. Required occasional trips. I welcomed them. Trained intensely. Lost 15 pounds. Energy sharpened. Began light dating. Nothing heavy, but it proved my value. Around 90 days after leaving, I removed the block on her number. Mostly curiosity. The messages poured in shortly. Started softly. 2 a.m. text. Hey, can we speak? I miss what we had. Ignored. Next day came calls. Voicemails pleading. Please answer. That caption was dumb. I was tipsy and emotional. Never meant it that way. Still silent. 7 days later, she appeared at Mark's entrance, looking wrecked. He warned me. I stayed inside initially. Through the door I heard, tell him to face me. Mark replied calmly. He's not interested, Emma. Time to leave. She knocked harder. All right, but say I'm truly sorry. Jake turned out awful. He screamed, manipulated. I understand now how good you were. I opened the door then, completely composed. Her face brightened briefly, then dimmed, seeing my neutral expression, no warmth left. Emma, I stated plainly. Why are you here? Voice broke. To repair everything. Loneliness terrified me. That's why I posted. Everything exploded. I'm ruined now. Job gone. Jake discarded me. Mom's impossible. Please, let's communicate. We worked so well. I leaned casually. You wrote you were stuck with mediocre. Seems you chased excitement, and it failed. Not my responsibility anymore. She protested quickly. That wasn't about you personally. It was my own boredom, the sameness. You know the real me. Do I? The public shaming suggests different. Tears flowed. I'm literally begging. One more opportunity. I'll remove everything online. That triggered her slightly. You're acting heartless after all this time. Whatever, stay petty. One day you'll feel lonely too. I closed the door quietly. Reblocked. Yet she persisted. Her relatives entered the picture. Very unhealthy dynamics. Mother phoned from hidden number. Young man, you're making too much of one post. Emma's suffering badly. Act like a man and listen. I ended the call. Sister messaged via LinkedIn. Unbelievable platform. Grow up. She's actually better without your dull self. But she still wants you. Stop torturing her. Intensity increased. Voicemails grew wild. I'm not eating, not sleeping. Jake was controlling, trashed my belongings. I'm trapped at mom's. Pure torture. Remember how you supported me before? Do it again. Then switched to rage. Ignoring me? So classy. Think you're superior? Enjoy your dull existence. One pressured friend messaged, Emma's really struggling. Maybe grab coffee, clear things. My reply, no thank you. Thanks for checking though. 5 months in, she reached absolute bottom. Appeared in my office building lobby. Security notified me. I went down resolute. Emma, this must end. Makeup ruined, she begged openly. I confess, I was dishonest, fake. Believed Jake offered thrill. He exploited me completely. Broke, isolated now. Please. I recognize what I destroyed. Fresh beginning possible. Her plea mirrored the original post. Pure irony. I shook my head slowly. Your decisions created this ending. Take care. The decisive moment arrived at Sarah's birthday celebration, 5 months since departure. Sarah invited me well in advance, promising peace. I nearly declined, but by then I was seeing Lily, kind, grounded graphic artist from my workplace. Completely different energy from Emma's turbulence. We chose to attend together. Felt symbolic. Rooftop venue, fairy lights, lively music, familiar faces everywhere. While chatting with Mark, I noticed Emma across the space. Appearance neglected, messy hair, wrong-sized outfit, drinking alone. No sign of Jake. Our gazes locked. She marched straight over, determined. Hi. Shaky but forceful. Lily stiffened slightly. I remained steady, introducing politely. This is Lily. Emma disregarded her completely, staring only at me. Can we speak alone? Please. It matters. No need. Say it here. She hesitated, glanced at Lily, then spilled everything. I know I've messaged too much, but I'm serious. Biggest mistake ever. That caption was insane. Felt suffocated in our daily life. Jake appeared as freedom. Turned out controlling, dishonest, abandoned me empty-handed. Staying at mom's, career in ruins, can't stop regretting us. You offered security, gentleness, exactly what I require. Give us another shot. I'll transform completely, quit social media, anything. Desperation dripped from every word, begging for the very mediocre she once mocked. I felt only clear detachment. No sympathy remained. You claimed to be stuck with mediocre because loneliness scared you. I responded calmly, echoing her words. You chased excitement, congratulations. Now loneliness found you anyway. Your path led exactly here, Emma. I've constructed something peaceful without chaos. Tears appeared instantly. That's vicious. After 3 full years together? I believed you loved me. I did. Past tense. You hold zero place in my present. Face reddened, fury rising. Zero place? Nice little upgrade you've got. Pointing toward Lily. Fine. Enjoy your safe, boring upgrade. You'll eventually miss our energy, our excitement. I promise you I won't. I turned back to Lily and Mark. Conversation finished. Emma left fuming, whispering about my cruelty. Several people gave her disapproving glances. By then, everyone knew the full story. Nobody took her side. That evening cemented the shift. She witnessed me content and advancing while she crumbled. No further attempts followed. Perhaps the message finally landed. Quick update. 2 weeks later, silence arrived. Permanently blocked across every platform, including family contacts. Career thriving. Business trip for the promotion successful. Secured an important contract. Lily and I made it official. She's met my parents. Smooth and natural. No manipulation, only genuine connection. Regarding Emma, Sarah mentioned she continues struggling. Vague post about personal lessons appeared. I never viewed it. Completely blocked. Forgotten. Final thoughts, 6 months later on Reddit. If anyone asks aita, no, I'm confident I'm not. That caption became my turning point. New place in the city center now. Personal records at the gym. Booked that Europe journey. Just me and Lily. Karma works strangely. Her, stuck with mediocre, tired of loneliness, turned literal, while I refused to settle anymore. If she ever reads this, wishing you eventually find your greatness. I'm perfectly fine without it. Thanks for listening, everyone. Done. Thanks for staying till the end. Subscribe if you want more stories like this, and drop a like. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What's your take?